and this is Killer Kyle, and welcome to Wheels of Fury. This is Killer Kyle, and welcome to another edition of Wheels of Fury, and the third, it's been 3 years,
the third
installment of Clash of Champions.
Now, it was Night of Champions, but they decided to change it to Clash of Champions, throwback to kind of WCW, NWA days. And as you can see here, my man Matt's got the light heavyweight title, the Intercontinental title, the world title over there. But I brought something a little extra special with me for this video. I'm sure you guys have probably seen previous intro videos for Wheels of Fury videos, may recognize this championship. Yes, it is the late, mid 90s.
Yeah. 87 to 98
version of the WWF Championship.
A fun fact, I got the light heavyweight championship when they first came out with the Mattel toys, or whatever you want to call them. And I thought, well, I can't afford a fucking replica like Kyle has here. So, yeah, these are just going to have to do. Now I also have an Eagle Skull Championship belt, and yeah, I picked these at random, which is okay, but yeah, so this will be Clash of Champions 2019, and there's going to be a few rants, a few just good matches here or there.
Yeah, there's going to be some good matches, probably a few rants, and we might get off topic a few times or go on a topic for a little bit, but who knows?
Yeah.
We'll just get into it and see what happens.
Sure. So yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. So to start things off, we've got for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley against Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, this one's interesting, because once again, you have fucking Charlotte Flair in a title picture that she didn't deserve. Like, seriously, you have a lot of other women in your roster, and you have to go with Cher? Like, seriously? So, I mean, whatever. Now, for weeks we've been speculating, you know, what Bayley's gonna do because Sasha Banks has returned.
Yes.
So, okay, fine. That is what it is. Yeah, it's a real mediocre heel turn.
Yeah, I'd say it was.
I mean, yeah, she's hitting, you know, women with chairs, okay, but then she goes on SmackDown and then she acts like she's a babyface, acting like she's not doing anything wrong, so I don't really know what to say about that.
Those of you that are subscribed to my channel, and even if you're not, just watch my channel, I've seen the Sasha Banks rant video I posted, and what is said in there is the absolute honest to God's truth. Okay, you were the first ever women's tag team champions with Bayley. You won them at Elimination Chamber. You held them for a little bit, and then you go into a match at WrestleMania for the women's tag titles, and I think it was a three-way.
Oh, yeah.
You end up losing the tag titles, and you're throwing a temper tantrum on the locker room floor.
So she says.
Yeah, so she says. Because, oh, I wasn't in the main event spot. I should have been in Becky's spot, and, you know, I was in a match I didn't really care about with championships I didn't really care about. Who should fucking care about them? They were the women's tag titles. People have been wanting the women's tag titles for God knows how long. Finally get them. You and Bayley were the first ever team to hold them.
Yeah.
And you go into WrestleMania and defend them. And then you throw a pissy fit because you're like, oh, I should have been in the main event picture. I should have been in Becky's spot. I should have been against Charlotte and Ronda. And it's like, yeah, shut up. Another thing, too, is like, okay, I can see Sasha's legitimate gripe with Becky, you know. That should have been me. I should have been the champion Raw or SmackDown, and I should have been in the main event for WrestleMania and all this other stuff. What the fuck's your beef with Natalya? Seriously. She didn't do a goddamn thing to you. And as far as fucking, oh, she's my friend and I turn to my friend. Yeah, okay. That kind of makes sense, but there's no story to go with it. It's just, oh, Natalia's having this emotional moment in the ring and talking about her dad, and he came to me in a dream and told me he was proud of me and all this other stuff. And then you come out wearing a purple fucking wig, and then you blindside Natalya, and you beat her up, and you take off the wig and reveal you got blue hair instead of purple. And then Becky comes out and tries to help Natalya, and you waylay the fuck out of her with a chair. And it's like, well, first she starts beating up Natalya with the chair, then eventually ends up beating up Becky with the chair, and it's like, why? Like I said, legitimate beef with Becky for sure, but where's your beef with Natalya? Seriously. As far as Charlotte being in this match, I mean, she's already got the record for most championship reigns at a 9, even though her last 2 title reigns are very short.
Yeah.
She went up against the woman that previously held the record for most women's title reigns in Trish last month, or a couple months ago. And you're still thrusting her in the spotlight to be a women's champion, and it's like, how far are you guys gonna take this to give up on it? I mean, what are you trying to have her match Daddy for most championship reigns? He was, of course, the World Heavyweight Champion and NWA Champion 16 times. And she's already got 9. She's 5 off her Daddy's record, 5 or 6. And so, I mean, what's the point?
You have this notion that, and it's same with Randy Orton. You have this notion where you carbon copy your father, and like, okay, Bob Orton wasn't a champion in WWF. Okay, fine. He did the cast thing. Orton did the cast thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Giving Charlotte the benefit of the doubt and putting her as a whatever the fuck time champion that she was is bullshit. Because you have Bayley. Bayley definitely has been a lot more fierce, a lot more on the wild side. She's definitely accomplish the whole heel thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole happy music and balloon armband thingies don't work, but we'll see how that goes.
The thing with Bailey is, like, even though she, is beating up Becky and Charlotte with a chair, getting, on Sasha Banks' side, and she's my friend, and I'm not going to turn my back on her, all this other stuff, and her saying, oh, I'm just trying to be an inspiration, and, show the difference between right and wrong, and all this other stuff. I don't really think they're going to change anything about Bailey.
No, I don't think so.
They're still going to keep her as a hugger. They're still going to have the upbeat, preppy music.
Yeah.
They're still going to have the wacky waving inflatable tube men.
Yes.
And the streamers and all this other stuff. And play it off like she's still the same person and she's still a baby face.
Yeah.
Even though she's a heel. Although, it's weird because it seems to be one of those things where it's like trying to show, like, do as I say, not as I do type thing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, look, and this is what I really hate myself, is that you've got a returning Sasha Banks. She becomes a real badass. She beats the fuck out of Natalia in the backstage area, as well as the ring. And, that's all fine and good. And then you turn her into the whiny ass bitch, so to speak. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm crying in the locker room because I didn't want to be team champions. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you have the WWF Tag Team Women's Championship coming back and you don't want to be tag team? You don't want to fucking make history? Especially with somebody like Bailey, who you fought against, who you fought with. You're a fucking moron, And you come out to the ring and you got boo-boo on your feelings because of that bullshit.
Yeah.
You go fuck right off. And, Bailey definitely, and I probably said this 1,000 times when it comes to Charlotte Flair, but yeah. On Sunday, I like to see not only half Bailey go over, but I want to see Bailey give a beatdown on Charlotte. Show the mean streak that we've been meaning to see. I don't want to see just chairs. I want to see a fucking mean streak.
Yeah. And none of this bullshit about holding up the weapon and trying to get the audience approval to hit your opponent with it. Just fucking do it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'd say. So yeah, I'm gonna say Bailey on this one.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is you're making a female version of Ric Flair, and fuck that noise.
Yeah. I mean, 9 times is good enough. She doesn't really need a 10.
She has nothing to fucking lose.
No. I agree with Matt. I'm going Bailey on this one, too. So next up, we have, for the Raw Tag Team Championships, the current champions, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, going against a newly formed team that seems to have an agreement about philosophy in the ring, I guess, or whatever. Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Rudolph. I mean, I'm already gonna be pissed off at what we're gonna get to. But think about it. The other just established as a new tag team. Fine, it is what it is. But you're gonna tell me that you're gonna have a match between these two motherfuckers in the main event, possibly, for the Universal title? I don't fucking think so.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate Dolph Ziggler, for the same reason that I hate Sasha Banks, I want to see Rudolph become the tag team champions. I mean, Robert Roode has proven himself in WWE.
Oh yeah.
He's been United States champion. I think he has been tag team champions with Chad Gable.
I think so.
So, why can't that happen? So, yes, that's my pick.
As much as I firmly believe Robert Roode needs another title in WWE, and Dolph probably should have another championship run, the way they're going right now with Rollins and Strowman is they're an unstoppable team. They're a really good team. You got the muscle of Strowman, the athleticism, the speed, the high flying of Rollins. And as good of a team as Ziggler and Roode have shown to be over the last couple weeks, it seems to be they're just in it for the ego, and to have their ego stroked.
Well, here's the thing. And, I get it. And all through the years, we've had the same fucking bullshit with a person holding 2 fucking titles. So that's bullshit. Because when Seth Rollins won the WWE title, he got to face John Cena for the United States Championship and became the United States Champion. Why? Who fucking knows? And it was bullshit because you already have the prestigious heavyweight title and now you're holding a mid-card title on top of that. So when you win the WWE Tag Team Championships, you won and you have the fucking Universal title. So what's happened? You have Braun Strowman holding up your fucking arm going, I want to get me some of that, and I'm going to get these hands. And then you go, you know what? This fucking guy definitely needs the fucking title. And that's the fucking problem with this company, is that you make no fucking sense. So Seth Rollins has the championship on one hand and the championship on another hand. You got Seth Rollins holding one championship. Yeah, I'm glad he's the fucking champion for once. But guess what? Fucking Seth Rollins doesn't need both titles. You could have had somebody else be the tag team champions. But we have to have these two guys win the tag team titles and then go, you know what, we're going to have these guys face each other at Clash of Champions because, it makes fucking sense. No, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But Braun Strowman is due, and we already fucking know that, and Seth Rollins doesn't need 2 fucking titles on both shoulders. So let's see what happens at the main event. Yes, I'm doing this now. You know why? Because I'm fucking pissed off and tired of seeing WWE ruin the fucking characters.
Yeah, like I said, as good as Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler has proven as a tag team over the last couple weeks, as far as I'm concerned, they're in it for the ego stroke. I don't really see any point in putting the tag titles on them, so I say Seth and Braun keep the tag titles.
Okay.
And then, of course, that leads into if they can successfully defend their Raw tag titles, they're going against each other for the Universal title, Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. Now, Matt seems to be of the opinion that Seth Rollins holding 2 championships simultaneously has hurt his character. I don't see that at all. Because look at what he did when he was WWE and United States Champion. Yes, it was in the time of the Authority, but he did very well. He only held both for couple months, and then he ended up using the United States Championship and holding on to the WWE Championship. And he thrived, but then of course he got the knee injury and was out for a while, and then worked his way back and got him to where he is now. Seth Rollins being Universal Champion and one half the tag titles isn't necessarily a bad thing. And you, of all people, I would have expected, be thrilled and absolutely tickled fucking pink that Strowman had another opportunity at the tag titles because of what you call a shit show and a fiasco. Strowman winning the tag title with Nicholas.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I definitely agree. Like I said many times, Strowman needs his due. And to play devil's advocate, because that's what I do, I look back at 2001, and the best feud that I could think of was Undertaker and Kane versus the Power Trip.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that all main titles were on the line.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve Austin and Triple H had both titles. And at the time I thought, hey, that's pretty fucking sweet. But then again, you look at it and you go, okay, so now what? You gonna keep having this feud forever? Because, you know, you have a big fucking roster and you've got no idea what to do with them, yet you're giving the same people a chance at both titles. And yeah, Braun Strowman has a title finally.
Mm-hmm.
He has a chance for the Universal title, and that's great. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. Be damn shame if it wouldn't, because Braun Strowman has been in the WWE. He's paid his dues, as far as I'm concerned. Let's have him beat Seth Rollins, because I'm getting fucking sick and tired of Braun getting nothing. And yeah, Seth Rollins definitely deserved the WWE title. He deserved the Universal title.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, putting them two together and giving them the tag team titles was stupid, because you knew they were going to be wrestling against each other as Clash Champions. Now, who knows what's going to happen? You know, maybe Braun Strowman's going to win the Universal title. Maybe they're going to lose the tag team championships. I don't know. But where do we go from here? Because whatever happens, you're still going to have one person as the Universal Champion. You're still going to have both of them as the tag team championships if they don't lose to Rudolph. So let's see what happens, because, you know, I want it, like, I don't know. I don't like to see the same people go over all the fucking time. Yes, I've said this before. Braun Strowman definitely has his due. They got Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the last thing he needs is another ego boost. I don't know if that makes any sense, but whatever.
The thing that I find interesting about it is they're playing it off like, oh, because they're going against each other for the Universal title, is one going to screw the other one over for as far as the tag titles goes, because of the Universal Championship kind of being in the way. And both Strowman and Rollins have been like, we're going to be a great team, we're not going to screw each other over, we're going to our tag champions, defend the titles, and then when that's all said and done, when it comes to one-on-one for the Universal title, that's what it's going to be. Now, here's the thing. If Rollins retains the Universal Championship, it could be, okay, have them be Raw Tag Champions, defend the tag titles for a little while, and then eventually lose the tag titles, and then lead into a rematch for the Universal title say, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, whatever. If Strowman gets the Universal title, it's like, okay, Strowman finally got his due at a big championship, and he's finally got it. Now it's just going to be a matter of, will they still work cohesively as a tag team and defend the tag titles regularly and retain them until they eventually end up losing them? Or is, like, Seth going to be pissed off because he lost the Universal title to Strowman and try and screw the team out of the tag titles? I don't know. It's an interesting scenario. Does Strowman need to be Universal Champion? I think so. Will it help them or hurt them? Whichever way that match goes. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think so. No, I know so. I know that you want to give Braun Strowman the championship. Why can't you do that? Why can't you fucking do that? You've already fucked the dog with the WWE title and Braun Strowman. Well, let's see what happens. I don't know. Because now, it's like, okay, so they change hands for the Universal title. What now? Because as I see it, it's gonna be, okay, they still have the tag team championship, but someone's a Universal champion. So, in my eyes, something's gotta give. And it's either gonna be during the tag team titles or the Universal title. But this hasn't happened in a long time. But to see two tag team champions in against each other, to me, is a bit silly. I hated it when I saw Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 21. I hated it with Austin and Shawn Michaels. It's bullshit. To me, that's bullshit. Because it's like, okay, well, we don't really have very good tag teams to be tag team champions, but let's put it on these guys. Oh, wait, we want these guys to face each other. Well, they can face each other as tag team. No, fuck you. Now, that being said, WrestleMania 21, you had a tag team match for the Raw tag team. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was on a pre-show. So, let's see what happens. I'll just end with that. Let's see what happens.
Braun can't take the Universal title from Lesnar, so put it on Seth Rollins, and this will be the time to have Strowman be Universal Champion. Be fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway. Then we move on now to a match for the WWE Championship. You got Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton.
Yes.
And see, this, like, the rivalry they had, 2009,
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah.
They had a lot of really good matches against each other. And then, you know, the infamous boom drop from the barricade to Randy through a table, and then reliving that moment in Madison Square Garden this week on SmackDown was cool. And, you know, having the Revival pair with Orton and work with him, I actually don't think is a bad thing. Because, one, it's making Orton stronger as a heel.
Yeah.
Two, it's elevating the Revival, which they need fucking desperately.
Yes.
And I mean, it's like I said to you that one time. I think you came up to my place from watching SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what Randy did for Cody and Ted Jr.
Yeah.
He skyrocketed their careers to the top. Now, Cody lasted a little longer than Ted did, but still.
Yeah.
So, if there's anybody to hitch your wagon to, as far as a career revival, if you will, who better than Orton? On the other hand, does Randy really need a 14th title run?
No, I agree.
Not so much.
No, I think he needs that more than fucking Charlotte needs the SmackDown Women's Championship.
True.
I mean, you got Randy Orton. He's also a third generation wrestler,
Right.
actually. Yeah, he doesn't need it. And you got these two guys playing childish games. Like, what the fuck is this, beat down on, I think it was SmackDown, and Randy Orton repeating stupid, stupid. You got Kofi saying stupid. Everybody's stupid. How about we have a stupid on a pole match, bro? I mean, fuck. Nah, let's just immature. And the fact of the matter is, how many matches are these two gonna have? Because, as I see it, a match at SummerSlam, what else are they gonna do? Like, what else can they possibly do?
Yeah.
I mean, if you carry this to Hell in a Cell, they better damn sure put the match in the cell.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what else they can do.
And Randy making it personal with Kofi, I mean, it kind of works, but it kind of like...
Well, I mean, you look at it, it could be cheap heat, but at the same time, it's heel heat.
It is.
It's a lot better than it was, when Eddie died.
Yeah. It is heel heat, but at the same time, it's like, it doesn't add anything to the story.
Yeah, that's fair.
The rivalry with Kofi and Randy is... Randy didn't think Kofi was ready to be WWE champion. Randy still thinks Kofi isn't ready to be WWE champion. And Kofi's doing everything he can to prove that, yes, he is ready. And, his win at WrestleMania wasn't just because he got the fans behind him and he got co-workers behind him and he got the company behind him. It's because he fucking earned it.
Yeah.
And so, the whole personal thing is like, okay, it's heel heat, but that's all it is. That's all it's good for. It's heel heat.
And I think the thing is, it's like, okay, we love Kofi as the champion. He's obviously deserved it.
Yeah.
However, there comes a time when you have to lose the championship. And I don't think Randy Orton deserves another shot at the title as of right now. But then again, who knows? If he's gonna win the fucking title, let's have it at Hell in a Cell. And not Sunday, because what good is it?
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure. But I mean, it's gonna be a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Who knows if the Revival and Xavier and Big E get involved, I'll be pissed. But who knows?
Yeah. I will say I would like to see Kofi retain the title Sunday. And if he does lose the title eventually, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, TLC, maybe later down there, who knows? If Kofi ends up losing the title, I would like to see it to somebody that deserves it more than Orton. Put it that way.
For sure. I mean, yeah, Survivor Series would be a good, Kofi, New Day with somebody, and we'll have Randy Orton and the Revival.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin. The New Day versus the Vipers.
New Day versus the Vipers, yeah, really.
But, yeah, I'm gonna go Kofi on this one.
Yeah. So next we go on to a triple threat match for the Cruiserweight Championship. We got current champion Drew Gulak, Humberto Carrillo, and let's say Dorado.
Hmm.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, let's throw in somebody in that's random. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool that you got a Lucha House Party member in the ring with these guys. It's fine, but I don't think that would work.
Yeah.
It may or may not work. I don't know. That's the thing. You know, if anything, it would have been Kalisto.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my opinion. You know, Lindsay Dorado, that's fine. Alberto Carrillo, definitely second, third generation wrestler. He's got Hector Garza and Garza Jr. on his family tree, so that's awesome. Not the time for him to be champion right now. I think he needs to get his feet wet a bit more. I think he needs to pay his dues a bit more. Drew Gulak is definitely impressive. I really enjoy his work. I think that he's going to pick up the win on Sunday.
Drew Gulak has come a long way from the Captain PowerPoint presentation dude.
Yeah.
He showed a main streak, he showed he could be a badass motherfucker and beat the hell out of people and, you know, live up to the nickname, if you will, the Philadelphia Stretcher, and just beat the crap out of people.
And the dude can wrestle.
Oh yeah, he can wrestle for sure.
Yeah.
So you take away the whole PowerPoint shenanigans and the other stuff with, well, won't mention him anyway.
Yeah.
Well, and get it straight down to business.
Mm-hmm.
He can be aggressive, he can be all these things you can name off the top of your head.
You got somebody like Drew Gulak. I don't know if technician's the right word. You got that, and then he's facing two Lucha Libres.
Yes.
The fact is, and that's great, but if you want to go a three-way match, I would have another style. And, you know, you got Lucha Libre, you got a technician wrestler, and you got, let's say, strong style. I don't know, somebody.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be interesting to see Lindsay and Alberto in the ring together,
Yes.
facing Drew Gulak. I don't know if they'll team together. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good match nonetheless, because those three guys can put on a hell of a fight.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Humberto Carrillo has proven that he has become a very good wrestler, or he is a very good wrestler. He decided not to get mentored by Gulak. He kind of got mentored for a little bit by Jack Gallagher. And he's got all these lucha moves and all this other stuff. So he's a fantastic performer himself. Lindsay Dorado, you know, he's great. The three of them, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, and Kalisto, Lucha House Party, is great. It's fun, it's entertaining, it's exciting. All three performers are very, very good performers. So, it'll be interesting to see what it'll be like having Lindsay on his own, and whether Lindsay can stand out on his own from Lucha House Party and be a viable threat, you could say, to Gulak. I don't see it being Dorado's time yet. Humberto Carrillo, maybe. Drew Gulak, if he keeps the Cruiserweight Championship, like, okay, cool.
yeah, I just thought of something. And there's nothing to take away with Lindsay Dorado. I don't care. I would have actually preferred Drew Gulak, Alberto, and let's say Akira Tozawa.
Yeah.
Because Akira's been one of the best Japanese strong style on 205. You know, I think that would have been a great, you know, because then you have all three different wrestling styles. So, I don't know. But on the other hand, I'm just gonna say Drew Gulak. I don't know where we go from here, but
Yeah. You say Gulak, I'll go Gulak or Umberto.
Okay. I like Humberto. I think it's in due time.
Yeah.
It's just not Sunday.
Fair enough.